Hi students, welcome to our channel Physics Concepts by Ali sir. In the today's session, we are going to discuss about one of the very important topic of 10th standard, that is evaporation. In this lesson, we will discuss about evaporation definition, the factors influences evaporation, what are the practical applications of the evaporation. In simple, everything about evaporation we will discuss. And first of all, now let us take one simple example. And when you are taking a spirit or a liquid sanitizer on your hand, then immediately what you will feel, you can feel that, and that starts evaporating and your hand will feel cool. Why? Those all things we will discuss now. And first of all, now let us see what is the evaporation. So the basic definition for evaporation, what we can take it is, evaporation is this is a process of converting liquid state into the gaseous state at any temperature at the surface of the container. Okay, what is this at any temperature at the surface? These all things we will discuss. And first of all, now let us write it is in the definition. A simple definition is the process of converting a liquid state into gaseous state at any temperature at the surface of the container. Okay, and simply also you can say the process of converting liquid state into gaseous state at any temperature. We can take that is a definition for evaporation. And now first of all, let's write the definition. What is the definition? The process of converting liquid state, the process of converting liquid state into gaseous state at any temperature. At any temperature. This is the word very important. At any temperature is called evaporation. So here now how this evaporation takes place, these all things now let us see that. And what is the mechanism of the evaporation? What are the properties of the mechanism? What are the properties of this all evaporation? Now let us see. And for this one, first of all, now let us take any one container, one beaker otherwise. In this beaker, now let us assume that, and here is water is there, and this entire part is water. So in this water, now let us take any three molecules. This water is made up of molecules. No, we know that according to the kinetic theory of matter, the entire nature is made up of matter, and this matter is consisting of tiny individual particles we used to call it as atoms. And here is water molecules are there. What these water molecules used to do? Are they stable? Are they randomly in the motion? Generally the molecules, irrespective of its state of matter, whatever state of matter may be, if it is a solid state, liquid state, gaseous states, the molecules are randomly in the motion. They used to vibrate all the directions. And so then what will happen? Now let us take these three molecules, and here is one molecule A, and another molecule B, and another molecule C. For your understanding, these are water molecules only. Those all are water molecules. For your understanding, I have taken a molecule, three molecules I have taken. Okay, and what we learned according to the kinetic theory of matter, molecules are randomly in the motion. Means what is happening? These molecules randomly they move towards this side, this side, this side, and all the molecules, not only this one also. A, B, and C, all molecules are randomly in the motion. Now here what will happen? One more very important thing is, if a molecule is in the motion, it acquires some energy. If any one particle is in the motion, that particle will acquire some energy. Okay, no? That energy is called as kinetic energy. Okay, so these molecules, A molecule will have energy, B molecule will have energy, C molecule will have energy. Now let us come right from the C molecule. And these molecules are trying to escape into the atmosphere. And this molecule also, as it is just vibrating randomly all the direction, and all the directions it is randomly in the motion. And so then what will happen? So it will come and collide to B molecule. So then what will happen? Then this B molecule is having some energy, because already it is in the motion, but the C molecule will supply some energy as it is striking to this, colliding to this molecule, and so this will get energy, B will get energy, and B will get energy, and B also starts vibrating more faster, and so then B supplies energy to the A molecule, and so A will get lot of energy and there is no barricade, and so it will escape into the atmosphere. So the A molecule will escape into the atmosphere. Got it? Because it has been supplied energy by B molecule as well as a C molecule, and so the A molecule supplied energy, and so moreover it don't have any barricade. Then you may have a doubt that, and why B and C is not escaping? Because the reason is above the B that A is there, and above the C the B is there. So these are the barricades which are stopping. Once these molecules are traveling outside, the A molecule will supply. And here then what will happen? And here is now let us assume that these all are A molecules only, and these all, isn't it? And so these all molecules are A, and these molecules will escape into the atmosphere. Okay, and then afterwards what will happen? Once when they are escaping, what are the changes will be takes place? Then while going, what they are taking? The first thing they are taking into energy, isn't it? And so they are just taking out energy and going. And once when they are taking out energy and going, then what will happen? We know that if any one system is losing energy, that system becomes cool, isn't it? And so as it is taking out energy, so that system will become so cool or not, and so the system is losing energy, and so that system becomes cool, and that is why we are calling as evaporation is a cooling process. So evaporation is a cooling process, Why it is a cooling process? Because it is then molecules are escaping into the atmosphere. While going into the atmosphere, they are taking energy and going out, isn't it? Here is the energy they are taking out and going. Okay, and that is what we are calling as evaporation is a cooling process. Next point is, and here is now if you observe, then where the molecules of A molecules are here. Now let's divide this into the 3 layers. And so this is a top layer, first layer, and this is a second layer, and this is a third layer. Now let us show. Okay, and so in this one, the molecules are just escaping from where? From the first layer. What do we call that? That is nothing but surface, isn't it? This is the surface, no? This part is the surface of this container. And so evaporation takes place where, Nana? As it surface or inside of any layer? Only at surface. That is why evaporation is called as a surface phenomena. Most important bit this is. So this is one important topic and concept, and the second one is evaporation is a surface phenomena. This is why it is surface phenomena, because the molecules are just escaping only at the surface. That is why it is called as surface phenomena. Understood what is meant by evaporation? And so these are the two major factors, that is the two properties of evaporation. What are the two properties of evaporation? The first one is evaporation is a surface phenomena. Next one is evaporation is a cooling process. The reason is the molecules are taking out the energy outside. That is why evaporation is a cooling process. So understood. Now let us see what are the factors influences. These are the two properties of the evaporation. And what are the factors that influences evaporation, and the factors that influences evaporation. And see, now the first one is, now let us take any one cup. Now let us take a cup, and now let us take a cup, and let us take this one is cup, and now let us take a saucer. So let us take in this one small quantity only let us take, and in this one large quantity let us take. So let us take cup and saucer. This question was asked many times. Then if you have given cup and saucer, and then in which surface, in which container the liquid will get evaporated, cup or saucer? The answer is very pretty clear, that is the saucer. What is the reason? Only one reason is, then here if we compare, after just notice some time, and after some time if you see, now if for example it starts keeping this at 10 o'clock and both under the fan, after some time 10:30 if you supposed to see, even though it is having less quantity, it is having high quantity, and this is completely get evaporated, this becomes empty. Why this becomes empty? The reason is it is having larger surface area. isn't it? And the surface area is more, no? And here if you observe, this is having more surface area. This area is more. When we comparing with this one, this area is how much is that? Very less area. And so the molecules easily escape from the atmosphere from the larger surface area. So that is what the reason, and the water which is present in the saucer is gets evaporated faster. So this, what is this factor? And the first factor, that is what we can take, it is a larger surface area. Larger surface area. Larger surface area in sense, what is meant by that? And so more area, what will be that evaporation? Evaporation also more. Evaporation also more. Most important question this is. More evaporation, more area, more evaporation. Less area, less evaporation. And the second factor is. And now here, then this is we have got it. Okay. And now let us take, what is the first factor that is we are taking is, what is the first factor that is influencing? Surface area. Surface area. And the second factor is temperature. So then what will be happen this temperature? If the temperature is more, then what will happen? That evaporation also takes place faster, because imagine that in a sunny day, the clothes, the wet clothes will dry faster, whereas in the cloudy day, then it takes lot of time to become dry the wet clothes. What is the reason? In the sunny day, more temperature is there, that's why the cloths will get evaporated faster. And so more temperature, more evaporation, more evaporation. And next one is, and humidity. What is meant by humidity? And now let us take what is meant by humidity. They see that atmosphere is there. In this atmosphere, lot of water molecules are there. And how this atmosphere consisting of water vapor? Very simple reason is, then the water from the ponds, rivers, oceans get evaporated and it's mix up in the atmosphere. So that atmosphere is consisting water vapor, no? That is we are calling as a humidity. The amount of water vapor present in the atmosphere is called as a humidity. What is humidity? The amount of water vapor. So this atmosphere is consisting some water vapor, and that water vapor is called as a humidity. And so if more humidity is there, evaporation will be faster or slower? Generally, simply what we can say, that faster or slower? Humidity in sense, what is that? This atmosphere consisting of more water molecules. So where is the place for these water molecules to go and join in the atmosphere? There is no place, isn't it? Because already water molecules are present in the atmosphere. So there is no place for these water molecules. So evaporation slows down. And so then what we can take that one? More humidity. This is the reverse, less evaporation. Less evaporation we can take. More humidity, less evaporation. And the fourth one also now let us take, that is wind speed. So what is the wind speed? And for example, now let's take again some wet clothes, and in the wet clothes are there. If air is more, wind is there, then wet clothes will become dry faster. Whereas if less air is there, less wind speed is there, the wet cloths will just dry slower. So what is meant? We can take that one, more wind speed, more evaporation. More wind speed. So what we can take? More wind speed, more evaporation. So okay, got it. And what are the examples of these all things? These are the factors that influences the evaporation: surface area, temperature, wind speed, and again humidity. These are the factors that influences evaporation. Now let us see, okay, and take down a screenshot and if you want, okay, right. So the next one is in the practical applications. What are the practical applications in our life where we can see this one? And see here, that is the very beginning, then we discussed about one question. What is that question? And here is the question is about when we are taking anyone, spirit in our hand, then we will feel cool. So what are the examples? Now let us take. What are the examples we can see in the practical life? So the first one is spirit on hand. So when we supposed to take a spirit, when we are taking a spirit on the hand, so then what will happen? That spirit then immediately it gets evaporated. Our hand is feeling cool. What is the reason? The spirit is having the tendency, the molecules of the spirit are having the tendency of escaping into the molecules more. So the molecules are just escaping into the atmosphere from our hand. While going, what they are doing? They are taking energy from our body. That is why then we are feeling very cool. As energy is releasing outside, we know that if any system is losing energy, that system becomes cool. So as spirit is while going into the atmosphere, while escaping into the atmosphere, then it is taking the energy also from our body. That is why we are feeling cool. That is one application we can take, and what is in the practical life. And the second example, and when we are feeling sweat, when we are feeling cool, when we are sweating, so let's take this. When we are sweating, we are just, when we are sitting under the fan, how we are feeling? We are feeling very cool. What is the reason? When we are sweating, our body is consisting of water molecules, and so these water molecules just again they into escape into the atmosphere, and because of that one, then what will happen? And this while going, these water molecules, sweat molecules, once when they are escaping into the atmosphere, then what will happen? And they will take the energy also from our body. That is why we are feeling very cool. So when we are sweating, if we are sitting under the fan, we are sitting under the fan, we feel cool. So this is the question many times asked. And the second one is, and the next one we can take dogs panting. Why dogs panting? Dogs panting in the summer days. Why dogs panting in the summer days? Panting in sense, in the dogs they're bringing out their tongue, and they're continuously in the just they're moving in the atmosphere. Why it is doing like that is we are calling as panting. See, the dog's body is having less sweat pores, but internal. So what will happen? The evaporation will not take place faster, because sweat won't release from their body, because though there is a very little sweat glands are there, sweat pores are there. And so then what they will do is they will keep their tongue outside, and the tongue moisture is there. Once when they are panting, the tongue in the air, then the moisture present on the tongue will get evaporated, and so evaporation is a cooling process, and so that body will start cooling from its tongue to the remaining body. That is what the actual phenomena. Okay, no? So what is that one? Why dogs panting? Why dogs panting? Panting during summer days. So apart from this one, still some more examples also we can take. Dogs toil in the mud, and again buffaloes, they are completely they are applying lot of clay once when they are going to the pond. These are also some examples we can take. What these all examples? Very simple reason is then they try to lose their body temperature by just adding some water to their body, and so that water will get evaporated, and while the evaporation takes place, the energy will goes out of our body, and so that body will become so cool. So that's all about the entire about evaporation. And see briefly once we will see what is the evaporation, these all things. And evaporation is the phenomena of a process of converting a liquid state into gaseous state at any temperature. If you notice in these all situations, we never supplied energy anywhere. Total evaporation takes place on its own. And so the next one is, what are the factors, what are the properties of evaporation? The first one is evaporation is a surface phenomena, because it will take place only the surface of the container. The second one is evaporation is a cooling process. During the evaporation, that system becomes cool. That is why evaporation is a cooling process. Now what are the factors that influences evaporation? Generally, what are the factors? The first factor is then surface area. More surface area, more evaporation. Next one, more temperature, more evaporation. Humidity, more humidity, less evaporation. wind speed. More wind speed, more wind speed, more evaporation. These are the what are the factors that influences evaporation. And what are the practical examples of evaporation? We can take a spirit or any liquid sanitizer on our hand, then we will get the sanitizer will get evaporated, we will feel cool. That is one example due to the evaporation. The second one is if we are sweating now, and when we are sitting under the fan, we will feel cool because of the evaporation. Dogs are panting, and pigs who toil in mud, and buffaloes just applying claymore from the ponds. These all are the some practical applications of the evaporation. That's all about the entire everything about evaporation. I hope that this session is helpful for you, Nana. Please support me. Wish you all the best.